Hello, this is your famous author coming to you with another interesting discussion. I was just thinking about something that's kind of important and worthy of this topic. Now, the topic of today's discussion will be: Is democracy a good governing system? And in this case, I would say absolutely yes, because in a democracy, but in a democracy, you can, as we have it in America right now, you can still get rich. You can have great opportunities for education. You can you can still make a good or semi good life for yourself if you put the effort into it. Now, however, after yesterday's, having said that, all that, now, after yesterday, what happened yesterday with former President Donald Trump, I would feel that our democracy is a very fragile democracy. It, like a lot of people say, that our democracy is hanging on by as a loose tooth. Okay, um, I also agree with that. Now, here's now there's a difference between the democracy that we have in America and the democracy, for example, that they have in Israel. Now, is the democracy better in Israel than in America? Yes, under one condition, and that is because, see, our democracy does not have the mechanism to actually protect itself from threats, as one of my friends would put it, from the enemy within. Now, in the parliamentary democracy, like Israel has, for example, because Israel, for this discussion, Israel is a good example of this. That, you know, their democracy kind of unites its people. It, of course, you're going to have political divisions in all democracies. That's to be expected. What we still have, we have our First Amendment right, that we still have a vigorous discussion. But here's the difference between our democracy and democracy in Israel. In Israel, for example, it, you know, the in my opinion, the military service in Israel that is required, it kind of unites and brings everybody together. Unfortunately, in America, we our country is divided. Let's put it that way. I mean, it's divided. It's divided by race. It's divided by our political affiliations, and unfortunately, this kind of division, as Abraham Lincoln, may I quote him for this discussion, as he put it, he said, "A divided house cannot stand." Now, because of this political arguing, instead of, in my opinion, instead of being brought, instead of us being brought together, we are all falling apart. Now, George Washington also had an interesting quote, and I'm going to use it for this discussion. Also, he said, "If he said we will leave you a republic, but it is up to you to keep it." Now, with all this bickering, whether in our Congress and in the House of Representatives, with all this bickering and all this all this shenanigans that is going on right now in America. I mean, to be honest with you, if you know, in my opinion, I don't think we'll be able to keep America as a functioning democratic republic because, to be honest with you, what they do teach you in school today, it's they don't teach they teach you that we are a democracy. No, ladies and gentlemen, and we are what we call a the American Republic, and we are a republic. We're not a democracy. Now, when George Washington, and I do like this quote when he said, "We will leave you a republic, but it is up to you to keep it." Then I mean, because we have been driven away and divided by politics, divided by all the other issues such as race, etc., etc. Because we don't have what we call unity in this country. We argue among ourselves so much that I mean we're not going to be able to keep America as a republic. Now, now. Of course, I said that democracy has its flaws, but it also has its good things. Like I said, you can be rich if you want to. You can speak in America the way you want to. I mean, you can express your views freely to a point. Still, and thank God for that. For example, we got YouTube, which I can have my TV show on. Now, like I said, is democracy a good system? I would say yes, and it is a very good system for smart people. Now, the thing is, we have to also understand. You have to understand that democracy is not permanent. And you have to understand, democracy is not the way we have it. It's not going to be permanent, and it is very fragile. So that's why education is important. Civic education is going to be very important, and you have to understand your history as Americans. Now, I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I will see you in my next video.